No doubt about it, the industry is seeing more and more consolidation, and it'll continue to see that. With Microsoft obviously announcing the intent to buy Activision Blizzard, clearly with Sony buying Bungie, we're starting to see some things kind of happen. We're also seeing something happen weird with Amazon, who kind of came out of nowhere to have two, I guess, hit games, although the first game that they did really lost a lot of subscribers and players quick. Now, with this latest game, they've got a lot of concurrent players, but we'll see what happens. It also does look like Amazon is actually the front runners to pick up the Lord of the Rings rights for both video games and TV movies or what have you, since those are up and they have a Lord of the Rings show or whatever. That means that they could, at their internal studios, release Lord of the Rings games. Pretty much anything is possible at this particular point. Now, when it comes to Microsoft and Sony, I think we were all a little bit surprised that both Sony and Microsoft are going to allow multi-platform releases with their billions of dollars investments. And people might go, "Oh, well, that's cool. It's good for gaming. That's great for all of us. Well, everything should be on everything." And I always laugh at the people that say that, right? Like, do you not understand that over 50% of the people that buy a PlayStation also buy an Xbox, and vice versa? So, if you had everything that's playable on one device, guess what? There's no more need to buy multiple consoles, and one of the consoles is going to probably end up going, right? So if you're a console fan, that's the least thing that you want. You don't want there to be only one main hardcore console to choose from, because then they're free to do whatever they want. And I can tell you this right now, if you're an Xbox fan, having everything on everything, Xbox is probably going to lose to PlayStation, since PlayStation is, more beloved worldwide and things like that. But there's no need to get into that. This bit of news sounds promising for Microsoft, and I do want to get into it because I felt like it was something coming off the heels of what was happening, was very critical to the future. And I wanted to talk about that with you guys, and hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from with this. So thank you guys very much for rocking out with me. What's up, everybody? I'm the Crap Gamer, and of course this is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and so much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It means a lot. Now, listen, I agree. Was it shocking that, Microsoft has, come out there and said, listen, this is one of the things that we're going to do. We're going to have Call of Duty and all these Activision titles that are really good, and they're going to be on and popular, and they're going to continue to be on PlayStation well past the deals and stuff like that. I said originally when this came up that they will probably put Call of Duty for sure on PlayStation. Why wouldn't you do that, right? This is one of the biggest games in the world. You're going to continue to do that. But what this does is leaves kind of a hole in what Microsoft was doing, because you now have Minecraft Studio Mojang. You also have what looks to be, Infinity Ward, Treyarch. You have these studios that are going to be making multi-plats from, I guess, here on out. So this does leave a little bit of a hole, and so there's heavily rumored that basically you can expect Microsoft to go after another studio where they could possibly get exclusive content for. And I know people might go, "Oh, well, it's not really all about the exclusive content." Listen, it is about the exclusive content. Like, they are kind of stuck in this position with Activision where they're coming under a ton of scrutiny for picking up this company, and before they can even hope that this thing goes through, they have to sit there and explain, well, we're going to allow this and we're going to allow that. Like, honestly, I just feel like what Microsoft is doing is, they're going to have to go out and do something like that. And Sony's going to have to do something like that too, since Bungie isn't really giving them any terms of people wanting to get a PlayStation just to play those games. Obviously, you're not going to need a PlayStation to play those games. You can play them on whatever. So, obviously, within the span of a month, major video game companies are making seismic acquisitions that are changing the shape of the industry. Clearly, Microsoft announced Activision Blizzard deal is worth a ton of money, almost $70 billion, more than 5 times the size of the earlier Take-Two record-breaking acquisition of Zynga. And to round that out, Sony announced clearly that the developer of Bungie would be bought out by them for $3.6 billion. So industry consolidation isn't something that's new but the speed of which major companies are buying out other major companies in deals worth billions appears to be ramping up. Acquisitions beget acquisitions as companies compete with each other in size, exclusivity, and financial potential. The trend won't end there. Though government regulators will need to scrutinize these deals before they become official, fewer and fewer companies will soon own all of gaming's biggest franchises. Now, usually acquisitions lead to more acquisitions, according to this analyst, who also predicts that Microsoft is going to heavily be interested in buying another studio. Basically, following the Microsoft announcement, you're going to see the competitive publishers and studios are now in play. The question is, who can buy them? And it certainly seems like these companies aren't done buying up the market. In an interview with Game Industry Biz following the Bungie deal, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan said there's more moves to make at Sony with regard acquisitions. We should absolutely expect more, according to Jim Ryan. We are by no means done with PlayStation. We have a long way to go. Ryan, for his part, said the Bungie acquisition has nothing to do with industry consolidation, and financials across these top companies point towards more acquisitions too. Microsoft spent over half of its cash on hand as of September 21st to buy Activision Blizzard's, meaning that it's still hoarding $60 billion to spend on another company. The video game industry is making a lot of money, and companies see consolidation as a way to make more. Microsoft's Activision acquisition is one clear demonstration. The purchase will give Microsoft access to the publisher's suite of video games, everything from Call of Duty to World of Warcraft to Candy Crush and Crash Bandicoot. These bolster Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass subscription service, the Netflix of games, so to speak, and ensure that Microsoft continuously has new and appealing content. While Microsoft intends to keep Activision Blizzard games on Sony's platform in the near future, exclusivity could be an option with some newer games and things like that down the line, giving people one more reason to potentially choose Xbox over PlayStation. The decision-making behind the Take-Two Zynga deal, as well as Bungie's acquisition from Sony, likely follow similar threads. More money means more content, and more content means more players. This week, Sony Executive Deputy President and Chief Financial Officer Mr. Hiroki Totoki said Sony is interested in Bungie's expertise in games as a service. Though close collaboration between Bungie and PlayStation Studios, we aim to launch more than 10 live services by the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2026. There's no doubt these mergers will have an impact on the industry, though the extent of that isn't clear yet. So, regardless of the answers to a lot of these questions, the industry's been moving toward further consolidation for a few years now, and people just haven't really noticed. A yearly investment review from market research firms, 220 mergers and acquisition deals throughout 2020, a 33% increase from the previous year. These are major acquisitions like Microsoft buying ZeniMax, another massive play for exclusivity on Xbox Game Pass. Microsoft purchased Minecraft publisher Mojang Studios back in 2014. Electronic Arts bought Codemasters in 2020 for $1.2 billion. EA spent even more to buy mobile company Glue Mobile in 2021. Even streaming giant Netflix is expanding in the area, purchasing Oxenfree developer Night School Studios. Now, while Sony and Chinese games company Tencent and Microsoft, should the Activision Blizzard buyout go through, are three of the biggest companies in the industry based on revenue, they clearly aren't the only ones trying to solidify their size. There's a lot of other companies trying to do things, people. This is what I keep trying to tell everybody. Like, listen, I know it sounds like Microsoft is like the bad guys or the good guys or what have you, but at the end of the day, who would you rather have a hold of these companies? I think at least Microsoft, if they have them, you know, that's a company that is at least respected, and they're kind of doing what us hardcore fans want. Now, when it comes to everything else, I don't know, but the fact that they've still got $60 billion, Sony still has $10 billion, it does look like they're going to be further competing and can further buy things. I think Microsoft does have a little bit of a hole there, simply for the fact that, you know, pretty much all the games, or the popular games, is you know, those are games that are going to end up going on PlayStation, and they're going to need some you know, they're going to need some more exclusives for that machine, right? And you might go, oh, what machine? But they're going to need it for the machine, and hopefully this is something that they can continue to do. And the rumors are just kind of running amok out there with who they're going to buy. It might not even be a big publisher, but there's all types of rumors of IO Interactive. There's types of rumors going out there right now as well that they might end up buying company like Crystal Dynamics, who's also working on Perfect Dark, and that's something of a bit of a trial. So these things can happen, and it probably won't be a big publisher before the Activision deals go through. But there are rumors out the yin yang right now, even that Sony's possibly interested in Remedy. We'll see how this all works out. It's going to be a very interesting year, but I think it's going to be a very interesting next couple of months as well. So I'll link this. You guys can check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.